Hey everyone, this is Angie at StampingWithAmore. Today I have a Christmas project. This has been on my mind for a couple months now and I really wanted to make him. So he is a reindeer box. Look how cute he is. I love how this turned out. I thought he was so sweet. So we are making him today. It's easy, y'all. It's a really easy box and all you have to do is decorate him. And I'm using quite a few dies that I have. Some of them will be available Tuesday because September 3rd is coming when the new catalog is going live. So I'm using one stamp set that you'll need that for, which is using these little pines and the little pine cone and the little berries here. But yeah, look how cute he is. But I got him opening this way so that it doesn't mess up the front. How cute would this be at a play setting? Yeah, just for your grandkids, your kids, even an adult I think would love this. I would love it. But isn't he so sweet and cute? All right, so we are going to make him today. And I'm going to show you quickly what I'm using for this. Just use your imagination from what you have. But I'm showing you all the things that I used here. So I'm using the cheers and sips. Now this is just for the die, and it's this little die right here that cuts out the olive. But I love the shape of it. It was oval, and I didn't have anything else that was oval. So that's what I'm using for his eyes. You can make his eyes round and just use a punch. I'm using the Impressions of Bloom because you know I've used this before for these, and it is for this piece right here. And I'm grabbing everything off my magnetic holder right here. And then I am using the branching out. Now this is going to be a new one. This comes as a bundle. I have the stamp set as well. But look at these dies, y'all. You just want these dies just for these because they are gorgeous. But this also comes with it. I'm going to just stick them back in here because I cut everything out. And this one here, this one little berries, and then this tiny little pine cone. Isn't that adorable? I have it right here on him. I had to use it. It was just too cute. So these are the dies that come with this. It does have a really cute stamp set that goes with it as well. But I'm using quite a few out of this one to make him so Christmassy. And then of course the stylish shapes, and I'm using that for this little round one here, and this is the smallest circle. I know a lot of you have the stylish shapes because I do use that a lot. All right, let's get started with him. I already cut everything out here. Cut his eyes, his nose, all the little berries. We're gonna hand cut his ears because I didn't have any leaves, but if you have any leaves that are big enough, you can use it for his ears, but I made his ears big, so they're so cute. But yeah, I just cut them free-handed them. And for the box part, you're gonna need a piece 8.5 by 6, and this is pecan pie. I'm using crumb cake as well. This is for his nose and for his ears. Let's go ahead and punch for his face here. And this is the modern oval punch. So it is one of our current punches. And then for his ears, let's use this piece for his ears too. I just folded a piece over like that, and I just cut 2 ears here. And I'm just cutting it a shape of like an ear or a leaf. So we're just gonna, and I don't know, maybe I trimmed the other ones down because I ended up making them a little bit too big, and I did trim them down later. And I'm just going to use these for his ears. I'm just going to crunch them up like that. And we're just going to make these as his ears. All right, so we got that done. We are going to sponge a lot on them. And let's go ahead and make the box, and we'll start putting him together. The box is super simple. All right, so we are going to score this, and we're going to score it on the 8.5 inch side at 1/2, 1.5, 4.5, and 5.5. And then you're going to turn it, and on the 6 inch side, you're going to do it at 1/2, 1.5, and 5. Y'all, I'm filming this early because my granddaughter is getting married on Friday, and it'll be over with by the time you see this video. So yeah, her wedding is Friday. My grandson's leaving on Sunday, and I just had lunch with him and I'm already tearing up. I can't, but I can't think about it or I get all tearied up. But yeah, I'm gonna miss him so much. But he is going to do what he dreams of doing, playing junior ice hockey. He's wanted to do this for several years. He's now 17 and was eligible, and he got a bunch of offers, and I'm so proud of him, honestly. And it's his dream, so I want him to follow his dream, but I hate that he's leaving. But I know a lot of you probably have gone through that with your kids, leaving to go off to college or something similar. It's just hard. I thought I wouldn't take it so hard, but I know my daughter-in-law's having a hard time with it, and I know my son is too, but he doesn't show it quite as much, but he's super close to him. And yeah, anyway, let's get back to the box because I don't want to think about it. Anyway, we are going to go ahead and cut this. I'm so proud of all my grandkids. They're really, really doing well. All 3 of them. So we're cutting these 2 here and this because this is going to be our glue tab right here. Now we're going to cut, this is the bottom. I'm going to cut down on these. Yeah, they're all doing so well. My great-granddaughters are so sweet. Yeah, I'm so proud of them. They grew up too fast though. Alright, so on this part, there's this one that has 1 square here, 1 square here. We're going to cut off this end here. You want to leave the 2 squares there. Normally I use my big scissors for this. I cut a lot straighter with those. But and thank you all for all the prayers and stuff for my family health issues. We've been getting some good news here the last few days. Thank you, Lord. I swear He answers all those prayers. Yeah, I'm so grateful. So, yes, things are looking up. All right. I'm going to also cut into this top part. Yeah, I can't believe my grandson, he's going to be 18 in December. Our birthdays are only a day apart. But he's a good kid. I think he's going to do well. But we'll see what the future holds. You know how that is, right? Things can change in a second. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put some tear and tape, or you can use your Stampin' Seal. I'm going to use my tear and tape because, you know, the Seal Plus not the regular seal, but the Seal Plus has been giving me heck. I don't know if it's user error or if it's just me. If it's just the glue, I don't know. The adhesive. I love it because it's so strong. For boxes, you know, it works so good. But I struggle. Alright, so we're just going to place this down here, line that up. And then on this box, I'm folding it where this is back, this side, because this is going to be my front side, because I want it to open from the back. It just made it easier to open from the back. So let's seal down this bottom. I'm just going to use this for that. And then it's just going to close. here in the back. On this one, I need to cut here. It's catching right there at that corner. All right. All right, so here's our box. It's super simple. It turns into such a cute little thing though, doesn't it? I just love it. All right, I am going to use some pecan pie, and we are going to I'm just using my blending brush, and I'm just going to go around the edge of this. It just helps to make it stand out a little bit more, and I love doing this. I don't know, for me it's relaxing when you blend. So we're using this. I'm going to add this with dimensionals. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I'm using up some of my ends. Don't throw away these ends, y'all. You can use them. All right, so we are going to put some here. I use them all, every corner and every bit of them. All right, so we're going to set that here. You're going to see this little guy come alive. He's just so darn cute. You can add a sentiment if you want, but I didn't add a sentiment. I just think he speaks for himself. I'm also blending the nose too. We're going to add some dimensionals to that one. I'm going to pop him up. I'd have to cut a little bit of that off. You know what? I put it on the wrong side. It goes on this side. Because there is stitching on this. That's another thing I love about the stylish shapes, because of the stitching makes it so cute. I'm going to put the nose right here. Let's put that down a little bit. And then for his ears, let's just blend his ears, or do that on his ears, because we're going to put those on in a little bit. Let's go around his ears. You can even put some a little bit in the center. And because, you know, the bows there and all the little decorations, you can't see where the little ears, you can't tell that the little ears are, you know, handmade or cut. All right, let's do his eyes. Now for his eyes, I'm using our little 1/8 inch circle punch. I don't know if these are back in stock, y'all. I'm using them for a couple of them for different things. So I'll check. I'm not sure if they are yet available. I don't know. They've been so popular. They just going so fast. And we're going to put a little dot here on his eye. We're going to use these. If you have a jelly roll pen, you can use that, but I just liked this better, just putting on the little eye here. So I'm going to put one there, and we're going to do the other one too. I did bring this comes in handy, my take your pick tool when you're doing these little things. Okay, now I'm gluing his eyes on. So we're going to glue one here. And now we're going to put the other one on. See how he comes to life? Isn't it so fun? Okay, put that one there. I got to look at him this way, see if he looks okay. All right, now I'm going to stick his ears on. Oh, I got to grab, let's do these first. These two are the ones that I'm using for his antlers, but I used my little hole punch, just my regular hole punch here, and some real red. Let me grab it here. And I am going to punch out 4 little circles. And this is just a regular hole punch. And I'm going to use my jelly roll pen here. We're going to make these berries. We're just going to put a little to make it look more like a berry. And then I thought of this at the last minute, y'all, but I thought it turned out so cute to add them to this. And we're putting them on these ends here, these plain ends. So you're just going to stick them on here. I had so much fun making this. I was shocked at how I thought how cute it turned out. Alright, let's add one more here. And we are going to cut these a little bit shorter. Alright, so these are his antlers. Oh, did I do it right? No, I didn't, y'all. You have to put these on this side. So let's glue them on this side. So that they go... Okay, come on. Get on there. So that they go in different directions, like that. I had them going both the same way, but you need them to go opposite ways. All right, let's put his ears on. Let's see if I made his ears. We're gonna just glue them on, and we'll work with it. I'm gonna put one here. You can pop them up like that. And like that. And now it looks almost like a puppy dog, but it's gonna come together, y'all. I like to kind of turn these in a little bit. You can manipulate this paper and just make it look how you like it, because this cardstock's easy to do that with. All right, we're gonna leave it like that. We're gonna put these on, but we need to cut these down a little bit. I'm gonna add some glue here, and we're gonna put one here. I'm gonna stick it here, and then the other one. Let's cut that. Like that. It's a little bit of a process, but it's so cute. All right, let's add our little pine needles here. I'm cutting these too, so I can put them where I want them. All right, let's add these. Some here. I'm going to trim this one a little bit more. I love these pine needles. I definitely will be using these a lot more. I love the pine needles and pine cones. Y'all, I grew up with 2 big pine trees in front of my house, and my gosh, it just brings back so many good memories. All right, let's add this berries. Just put those right there in the middle. And I'm going to grab my bow so I know where to put my pine cone in, and we didn't put his mouth on yet either. So let's make a bow using this real red. This is also will be available September 3rd, which is Tuesday. Gosh, look at y'all. September already. Can you believe? Next we'll be saying Christmas is already a few weeks away. It goes so fast. You know, my mom used to always say that time flies and it's faster when you get older. And I swear that's the truth. All right, let's get this cute little bow. I want it just right, so you know I'm gonna fool with it a little bit. Okay, I think this is good. Let's cut that. And I am going to add some glue dots to the back of this. I'll add a couple because I want it to stay. And it's going to go right in the center, right here. And I did get his ears a little bit bigger than I had them, so I'm going to just trim a little bit here. You can adjust these however you like. I did last time, I had them too long and I just trimmed the tips off. But let's see. Let's just trim a little bit here. So you can give him a trim while you got it on there. Alright, and then I'm going to add my little pine cone here. I think I need to trim this ribbon a little bit here. Add his mouth and add our pine cone. And I'm using our little slit here. This is part of that trio that we have. And this is what I'm using for his mouth. So we're going to put it right here. That in there. And we're going to add our pine cone. So let me grab my glue again here, and we're going to put that right there. Look how cute he is, y'all. I think I got his mouth a little crooked. Let's fix that. Scoot it over just a hair. Let me see if I can scoot it with my little... Yeah, there we go. All right, there you go. There he is. You can make them all different, but look how cute. They are so cute. I love these little guys. They're adorable. They'd make such a cute little gift. And yeah, I like these bows popped up just a little bit. And get that straight on there, but how cute are they? Aren't they fun? It's really fun to do, and you can even put a sentiment on the side or at the top here on the box. I hope you enjoyed this one. I thought they were so fun to make, and I hope you all have a super blessed day. I will catch you in the next one. See you later, everyone. Have a blessed one. Bye.